Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy and a blessing. It's a pleasure being out here and reaching out to you. You know, it's a great thing to know that there are persons all around the world who are hearing my voice and can resonate with me, while there are others who think I'm mad, there are others who think I'm crazy, there are others who would listen to what I'm saying, they will cry out blasphemy. And all of these different reactions must happen, okay? Because St. John chapter 10 must be fulfilled. When the true shepherd comes around and expose all the hirelings, and when the true shepherd comes around and show his true identity or his true divinity, because he have come to his Christ consciousness and he's speaking from experience, and others are speaking from intellect or from a religious mindset, and forget that imagination was before education. Do you know the persons who want to use all kind of reasoning and point me to all kind of writings and all kind of educational stuff to try to prove to me that their own human imagination is not the creator, that God is not inside of them, because they want to hold on to their religion, they want to hold to their pride, they want to hold on to their ego, and they don't want to let go. Your own human imagination was before money, it was before education, it was before politics, it was before everything else. Because your own human imagination is the creator, and everything else is the creation. That's why I'm not bowing to any material thing upon the face of this earth. I manifest them to use them until I'm ready to leave. Because the 1,000 cattle on a hill is mine. Because God is within me. I know that. I am 100% sure. And I want to say this to all my subscribers and those who have been resonating with me. Trust me, you can't go wrong. When it's mad guru, black mad guru, you choose to be the one who brings a message of truth to you, and asking you or encouraging you to put your own human imagination to the test. And that's why today I want to speak to you concerning the Antichrist. And the Bible tells you about the Antichrist. And it says, even though that energy or that mindset or that way of thinking or that certain mentality is present, because everything is in the now. Because the Bible is not secular history. The Bible is not literal. The Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. So, let me go straight to the point. All the religious people who normally open their mouth and speak against Psalms 82 and against St. John 10 and all the other scriptures in the Bible that is pointing you to the imagination of man, or to your own human imagination as the creator, and will open your mouth and speak and say, I am not God, I am not the creator, I didn't create myself, without taking time to think. Don't you know you have the Antichrist spirit or the Antichrist energy? Do you know you're speaking against the Christ in you? Do you know when you believe in a church building as the temple, more than your body, as the temple of the Almighty, and there comes a messenger that is teaching you to look within, because Luke 17:21 tells you that the kingdom of God is within you. And Matthew 6:33 tells you, if you seek first that kingdom, and you find that kingdom, the secret of creation will be revealed to you, and you will be able to create your reality consciously. And Psalm 4:4 tells you how to go to bed more consciously. And Job 33 tells you what will happen when you go to bed more consciously. And Matthew 6:6 tells you how to come to understand that true prayer is desire meditation. And Songs of Solomon tells you how to hold your desire. And there's so many scriptures I can show you. It tells you shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. Habakkuk tells you, if the vision tarry, wait. Genesis tells you, when you come into your 7th day, or your manifestation of your desire, and you no longer have no desire for that because you see it already manifested, you come into rest. People that want to keep a Sabbath and they ain't create nothing for the week. They're working the whole week with an employee mentality. They ain't create nothing, but they want to condemn everybody. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. So, this is me having fun. So, my brother, my sisters, those of you who've been resonating with me and walking on the conscious path, we know that they are the foolish virgins. But we are not here to condemn them, because we understand empathy. We understand love. Because the Son of Man didn't come into the world to condemn the world. The Son of Man only come to fulfill. To bring things to pass. And that is why, whenever you speak against the creative power in you, whenever you go against the creative power in you, whenever you see yourself so low that you do not have that self-esteem to believe in yourself that much and to trust the creative power in you and to speak against that power, you're going against the very Christ within you. And let me give you a little joke. 2 Corinthians, favorite scripture, man. 2 Corinthians 13:5 says, hear this. He said, test yourself, examine yourself. He said, don't you know your own self? You ain't know your own self? That Jesus Christ is in you? You don't realize it's a creative power you're talking about? You don't realize that all things exist in the mind of man? You don't realize that there's a lot of mentalism, that everything falls mental? You don't realize for a man to do something that you would equate it to something being, say, wicked or evil, that it had to first be a thought? And don't you realize when you put on your clothes and you go to church and you do certain things that you think make you righteous or holy or better than somebody else, don't you know you're using the same power? Don't you know it's the same power thought? All of you religious people who like to call people Antichrist and not knowing you are the Antichrist. Could you tell me of any other power that you can create with? Or any other creative power outside of imagining? And it says, "Hear you, Israel, the Lord your God is one God." And this is what Deuteronomy 32 and 39 says, one of my other favorite scriptures. He said, "I'm God and there's none else." He said, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal." And then in Isaiah 45 and verse 7, he said, "I create the darkness and I create the light. I create the good and I create the evil." Is your own human imagination you're talking about, you know? Is your thoughts just do that? Having fun, having a good time. No Antichrist spirit is upon me, because I believe within my own self. I believe in the God in me. Let me just tell you something about myself, eh? For 3.5 years, I used to suffer spiritual attack. And I used to call on the name of Jesus. And you get a little relief. But there's no power in the name of Jesus Christ, you know. Not until I read the book of Joshua and ask for Joshua's sword and go sleep. And I take my imaginary hand and reach out for my imaginary sword and hold my imaginary sword and get in the fight. That's when I destroy the power. I know what I'm speaking about. I am sure. Read St. John chapter 3 and you would see the man will become enlightened and experience the blood from the skull and become invisible and become one with the wind. He's correcting Nicodemus, who is a symbol of the religious system, and telling them you're false witness, you know. You're trying to teach about the invisible and you never become invisible. And Nico, religious mindset. Having fun, eh? Remember having fun. Okay? You with your religious mindset, condemning everybody and being self-righteous. And it is not by works, it is by grace. When I exit my skull and come into my born-again experience, it's grace. I can't tell nobody how to do that. It's grace. Many people have all kind of video how to open up third eye. It's tongue chakra, boss, you know. It's tongue chakra. But there was a lot of pain and tears I shed looking for this historical Christ. And when I find this Christ, I find him in me. All my life as a little boy, I had one ambition. I wanted to know for myself, who am I and who is God? When I found God, I found myself. When I found myself, I find God. Oh, I feel so good. I come to know the truth. That the truth is within me. Be still and know that I am God. You can't say I am and not referring to yourself. I am the way, the truth, and the life. The truth is within. The way is within. The life is within. Could you separate God from life and life from God? I like to ask preachers that today, if you don't see their face. You can't separate God from life and life from God. The same power that putting everybody to sleep is the same power wake up everybody. So my brother, my sisters, the real Antichrist, they just go church Saturday, Sunday, and they all have false identity. One is this, one is that, another is this, another is that. Down to the Rasta man too, who believe in Haile Selassie and believe in a God outside itself and have a bunch of idol. I have a literal lion and a literal picture of Selassie. That's why many of them don't like me, no. Because I don't hold back from speaking the truth. So my brother, my sisters, it is about 13 minutes and some seconds now. And you know 13 is a blessed number. You understand what I'm saying? Because the 12 powers are man and the 13th one behind it. Spirit. We are for spirit having a human experience. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I feel so good giving you the sign of the eye, because I know it is the rising of the sun and the sun have risen in me. And I know who all want to believe in the S-O-N, that's their business. But I know the S-U-N will arise within me. And without the S-U-N, there's no life. And without imagining, there's nothing made that was made. Both of them parallel one another, you know. Okay, so my brother and my sisters, with that being said, I want to say peace. Love you, and remember, Matthew 6:22. If your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. I'm out. Love you.